If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio. I'll bring up pictures now of like a guy at 10% body fat and a woman at 10% body fat. Complete difference. The guy looks great, the woman looks terrible. And now on the other side of the coin, I'll bring up a picture of a man at 20% body fat and a woman at 20% body fat. The man looks terrible, the woman looks great. Okay, and this is why that kind of lifestyle, alcohol, party and whatnot, it doesn't sit right for men. It's something that we should leave to the women. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about how kind of alcohol and partying just doesn't work for men. It just doesn't work in the same way. It's very short-lived, okay? And this is something that a lot of guys forget, especially right now. We're in a bank holiday in the UK, it's warm, everybody wants to go out. All the guys are FOMOing into, oh, I need to go out, I need to get women, I need to be around, you know, a party atmosphere, whatever. I've been locked down for so long. And I can appreciate that, okay? Like, everybody needs to have fun in life. You need to let your hair down, just enjoy yourself a little bit, okay? So I'm not against that at all. But it's kind of the longevity of it. And this is why I say going out, getting drunk for men, it doesn't work because it's short-lived. Now, imagine a man and a woman both 21 years old, okay? The guy's going out. He's the fun guy. He's the party guy. Women love to be around him. He's getting drunk all the time. It's exciting that he's there. Women are like really interested in him. He does this extensively for like 3 years, okay? By about the third year of doing this, he looks like shit. He's gained a ton of weight. His skin looks terrible. He's lost a ton of muscle. He just doesn't look like the youthful guy that he used to look like, okay? It doesn't take long for it to all start fading away. You know, you get one outlier that maybe still looks good. I've got like one friend that can have an 8-pack and drink like a fish. Everyone else looks like shit. You know, it's very hard to do otherwise. But the women, okay, this is where it gets tricky. This is why women are like sirens on the rocks. They're like, come out, enjoy yourself. We look sexy. Come and spend money on beer and enjoy yourself. Like, have a good time. When they do that for like the first 2-3 years, let's say 18, 21, up to like 25, a lot of women actually get a little bit thicker. You know, you get these girls that are like 18, they're just skin and bones. They don't look too good. They start drinking beer, kebabs after a night out. All that weight goes to their boobs, their butt, their hips, whatever. These girls can actually look better for an extended period of time. So, yeah, men take over at like 30 years old and the male advantage is real. But there is like a window for women where they're hot as hell at 18. They can get hotter by adding some weight. Now, evidence of that is a guy at 20% body fat looks like shit. Just doesn't look good. A woman at 20% body fat looks sexy. Okay, she's thicker. In a tight dress, she just looks really curvy, you know, because it just goes to the right places in a lot of women. It will go to their boobs, like I said, hips, ass, whatever, thighs. And we do, like, I'll bring up pictures now of like a guy at 10% body fat and a woman at 10% body fat. Complete difference. The guy looks great, the woman looks terrible. And now on the other side of the coin, I'll bring up a picture of a man at 20% body fat and a woman at 20% body fat. The man looks terrible, the woman looks great. Okay, and this is why that kind of lifestyle, alcohol, party and whatnot, it doesn't sit right for men. It's something that we should leave to the women because it does benefit them for a few years. They do look slightly better. If they combine that with the odd occasional gym session, they can look really good. Like, it can really, really benefit them. Now, at some point, they're going to go over that cliff and they're going to fall off. They're going to look worse than ever. But us as men, we have like a real limited window. And here's the biggest problem, okay? Here's the big crux of this video. Here's the part that you should write down or snip or save or whatnot. And I've been in this scenario before. Every guy who's over 25 years old can probably relate to this, okay? Maybe a bit older. You go out partying for like 3 years, 5 years, whatever. You're going crazy. You're drinking every Friday and every Saturday. I've been in this scenario. I used to go out 3 nights a week. And you start gaining a little bit of weight. You don't look like you used to. Your six-pack fades away. You don't look like you've got those boyish good looks anymore. You start developing more face fat. Your skin doesn't look as good. Your energy's low. You know, you're just struggling to do normal things. Like, you're not strong as you used to be. Just like, you're just not the man that you used to be, okay? And then financially, your life's not where you want it to be. You've not really focused on career or work or whatnot. And you're still in this kind of boyish like stage where you're really focused on alcohol, chasing women, having a good time. And there's other men like myself now who have realized what's actually going on. And I'm 28 now, and I stopped drinking at like 22, 23 years old. And I've really figured this shit out now. Like, obviously I have the occasional wine, you guys have seen me on camera, but recently I haven't drank for like a year. It's been really good, I feel fantastic. But I've been in a scenario before where I've been that guy going out getting drunk from like 16, where you're getting all the girls, 18, still getting all the girls, 19, 20, it starts to slow down, 21, it starts to slow down, 22, it really slows down. And you're going, what the hell happened? And there's another guy who, let's say, is 25 years old, okay, and he's really worked on himself. And here's the big fucker. Here's the like big punch to the face. Is you're on a night out and you're chasing all these like hot girls. You see a girl that you really like and you talk to her for a couple of weeks. Maybe you've known her for like 3 years while you've been going out drinking. You've always wanted to sleep with her, whatever. And then one day she turns up to the bar that you're always in and you're expecting her to be there. Tonight might be the night. I'm looking good. And she turns up with her boyfriend. And you go, hey, damn, when did this happen? Okay, so who's this guy? Bet he's not on my level. No, he's not. He's 10 levels above you. Because this guy, like, let's say I was like 22 at the time. This guy's like 25. This girl's like 21. This guy's been in the gym for 4 or 5 years. He decided at like 2021, this isn't really for me. I'm going to focus on myself. Goes and gets a decent job. Gets to a point where he's like, you only have to be making like 40,000 a year, but living in an area where that's a lot of money or whatever, or he's managed to get a deposit on a house, a car, whatnot, which aren't, impressive, and I don't actually advise you to do that, but it was a shock to my system. And this guy's in ridiculous shape. His skin looks good. He's sleeping 8 hours a night. He's not eating shit food, and he just looks like a man. Okay, I remember just scenarios where like a woman that I'd want would come in with a boyfriend who was 25, just jacked beyond belief, looks fantastic. Like I said, doing well financially. He's been really focused on his career. He's wearing modern clothes. And you're like, nah, I'll get her tonight. I'll turn this around. Trust me. She's going to end up going home with me. I'm going to show her that I'm better than him. It's like 11 o'clock and they're going home. And you're like, oh right. Like my night was just getting started. And then you stay out till like 5 in the morning, get drunk, feel like shit the next day. He's taking her home. They're having sex while you're partying, thinking that your life's going well. There's moments like that for me where I just sat there and I was like, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm going to really work on myself, go back to the drawing board. And this is what happens to a lot of guys, is they get called out by these fucking female sirens of like, look how hot we look at the tight outfits that we're wearing. And all these guys are like, yeah, I'm going to have sex tonight, it's going to be great, all these girls are out, we're going to go out with them, we're going to party. It just doesn't work the same. So you end up getting fatter and looking terrible. She ends up getting fatter and looking better because she looks thicker for like 4 or 5 years, okay? It actually benefits her body before it obviously like goes over the edge, like I said. And then instead of wanting you've been out there grinding, trying to get her, trying to impress her, being in these clubs. She just goes, oh no, I want, you're fun and everything. It's been good. But I want the guy who's been staying in, working on himself, not going out on weekends, doesn't drink alcohol, drives a nice car, has his own place, has been in the gym for the last 4 or 5 years. He's the attractive one that I want to be with. And those two then go out, have 1 or 2, and then they go home. And you're out having 20 fucking pints. And this is why so many guys get left behind. They go out and chase women. They do what women are doing. They want to be in the environments that women are in. But then the men that the women want are the guys that are staying in, working on themselves, who aren't out chasing these women. Because then when these guys get to a very high level and they reveal themselves to the world, all the improvements that they've made, these girls go, oh, he's nice. I'd rather him than this party boy. I can't really build with him. He was fun. Maybe we had sex once or twice, but this is the guy that I actually want to be with. And now these women are in their like prime, when they're like 23, 24, 25, when they're young but a little bit thicker and a little bit more mature. Maybe they've got more money, whatever. These guys that are like 28, 30, whatever, they snap them up. Because they've been working on themselves and they're in, the prime of their life. And it's a dangerous scenario for men. Like I said, you get very tempted. A weekend comes along, a hot weekend, you're like, I just want to get drunk with the boys. There's no benefit. There's literally no benefit. Yeah, you might go out that night, you might sleep with one or two women, yeah, it's fun, whatever. Like I was replying to a comment the other day, some guy was saying to me that there's like this 37-year-old guy at his factory. I don't know why I said factory, I'm not sure if that's true. There's a 37-year-old guy at his workplace, and he goes out all the time and he gets a ton of women. But the thing is, these women are probably 4s, 5s, and 6s. And you're going to be able to do that. Like, you're going to be able to go out and get women, okay? You're in the environment that they're in. But what I'm saying is it's very short-lived. You know, you can go out every weekend, whatever, and you can sleep with 4s, 5s, 6s. You can enjoy yourself, but you're never going to reach the top. And then also at 45, you're going to look like shit and the game's over. You know, and it works even better when you're younger. Like, it works far better when you're younger. If you're 21 years old and you've realized alcohol, not good for me. Doesn't work well with the male body. It drops my testosterone. It drops my energy. It makes me gain weight. Body fat on men doesn't look good. Body fat on women looks great. Okay, I understand now. This is a female game. You know, I can't be playing this game. For example, guys, as well, a woman can... Here's the biggest danger. A woman can go out from 18 to 25, get drunk pretty much every night. 7 years later at 25, she's a little bit thicker. She looks slightly sexier, you know, more men are interested in her. She just looks more like a woman. She's like really figured her looks out, whatnot. She's not doing that like awkward dye your hair red shit. And she looks better than ever. She's entered like her peak, which is usually like 22. But I think with modern times, people get like, men prefer thicker women now. I think that's really come into its own. Let's say this woman's 25. She's in her peak. She's attracted more men than ever. The guy who's been going out since he was 18, enjoying himself, he was the pretty boy. He's gained a ton of weight. He's not worked on himself. They're both at a similar level. They're the same level in terms of body fat. She looks 10 times better. They're the same level in terms of career aspirations, finances. She's 10 times more advanced. Because a woman who's broke at 25, who's hot, can marry a 30-year-old guy who's got his shit together. A year later, you know, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if she makes a lot of money. As long as she's sexy, that's all he worries about. As long as he's got enough money, she can live at his house for free. As long as he gets to have sex with her every night, okay? That's how us guys think. A year later, she could be pregnant and he's proposed to her. She's set. You know, going out and getting drunk has served her very well. All she needed to do was meet that one man in that classy venue. And you're chasing these women, trying to get into these classy venues, drinking, being around them. Oh, this is great fun. 7 years down the line from 18 to 25, you're in the worst shape of your life. You're 20% body fat. She looks great. You look like shit. She doesn't want you anymore, even though you're the one who's been chasing in the same environments, doing the same thing she does. Financially, you're fucked. She definitely doesn't want you. Now you're going to have to start again. So you've now got a 10-year journey, 5 years of which to get in shape, and then the whole 10 years to build a successful business, build a successful career. You know, it takes 10 to 12 years on average to like get up to a decent level. That's a long time. She doesn't have that. So all these women enticing you on nights out, and you're thinking, you know, I was saying to a friend the other day, when women are involved, everything seems like a good idea. Marriage, mortgage, kids, whatever. Like, people don't think straight when vaginas are involved. And if you can just, as a man, just sit there and realize that a lot of these women are going out to attract a high-level man. A lot of these women are going out to be noticed, or because it doesn't have the same negative effects on them. They don't have those pressures of, if I don't put 200k in the bank, my life will be shit. A man has that. Okay, a woman can do nothing. I'm not saying they all do, you know, obviously there's a lot of women out there who are killers, but they have the option to do this. A lot of women have the option from 18 to 25 to drink like a fish and marry a millionaire. As long as she stays looking sexy, you know. She gets a little bit thicker. She goes up to 20% body fat instead of like 15. She looks 10 times better than she used to. More men are interested. She lands a millionaire. She gets pregnant. They buy a house together even though he's bought it. Right? And it's just little things like that. She has that option. She can do that. As a man, you're lost in the water. Like, as soon as you're born, you're fighting that uphill battle. You've got to actually become somebody before you're taken seriously. So when the woman and the man are both on a night out and the guy's thinking, okay, I can impress, I can attract her, And he might sleep with her, you know, as like 21-year-olds do. Oh, he's really good looking, I slept with him. Like, it can go that far. But you're not gaining anything from it. You know, you're gaining absolutely nothing. Like, her life isn't going down. Her life probably going up. Your life every time, like, you could be having sex with that girl. Your life is still doing that. Because you've just drank a shit ton of alcohol. You feel like shit in the morning. You're in worse shape than before. You look slightly worse, even though you can't see it yet. It will affect you down the line. And most importantly, your life, career, finances, whatever, are fucked. They're not moving forward. You've not made any money. You've actually spent money and wasted time. So just slowly and slowly, your life is getting worse and her life is slowly getting better. Now, like I said, at like 30, she'll experience the same shit. She'll have a massive drop-off. And that's when men take over. From like 30 to 60, we rule the world, okay? That power from the women just disappears. But leading up to it, a lot of men can get caught in that trap of living that female lifestyle, chasing these girls around, going out for like food and lunches and going out for like drinks with the girls. Like, it's that kind of vibe that these girls do, and they're not too worried because they can look better by gaining weight. They can look better by sitting around doing nothing. Like, they can actually plausibly look fine. Somebody will always pick them up. Somebody will always marry them. Someone will always get them pregnant. The worst case scenario, this woman could get to 30 and she's 10 times uglier than she was. She's gained like 70 pounds of weight. There's still going to be like some 38-year-old nerdy guy who's a multi-millionaire who she could probably go home with. There's always someone who will like look after her. The pressures, the dangers of life aren't as large. You know, if she gets pregnant, the state will pay for like all the child costs. Like, there's always a way out. But for a man, it's like you have to build up something great. So what I'm saying is the consequences of being on a night out, the consequences of drinking alcohol are 20 times more dire for a man than they are for a woman. And when guys are out enjoying themselves, like, even if you're attracting women, even if you're the man in the bar and all the girls are looking at you, it's short-lived. It might be 3, 4, 5 years. Like, you cannot sustain that lifestyle, late nights, alcohol, whatever. You cannot sustain that for too long before you start looking like shit. Females can. Females can do like 4 or 5 years. You know, their skin's not as tough as ours, so there's that. But like I said, when they gain weight, they do actually look better. Like, I prefer thicker women. Like a skinny 18-year-old girl versus like a thick 23-year-old woman. I'm picking the woman every day of the week. She doesn't get there unless she has a calorie surplus. A man with a calorie surplus, yeah, he's going to bulk. He might look better in that sense. But it's the low body fat and size together that really, you know, makes us stand out. She wastes all her money doing that, has no savings. As long as she's hot enough, somebody like me who has worked on himself, whatever, is going to come along and go, yeah, fine. That's beneficial to my life. I'll take you on. That's fine. I'm multi-millionaire. I'll pay your bills. I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? It's beneficial to me because I'm sleeping with a 10 every single night. You know, I'm not simp. Like, I could throw her out anytime I want. I'd never get married, any of that shit. But, you know, men like that will go, okay, I'll just step up and pay the bills. I don't care. What's the bills? £300 a month. Yeah, fine. Yeah, move in with me. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm at an age where I want to have kids. I'm not saying I am, but a guy will be like, I'm at an age where I want to have kids. She's 23, perfect. Get her pregnant. You stay at home, look after the kids. I'll bring in the money, pay all the bills. Guys who've got money don't care about doing that. And these women know they always have that option. But for men, it tears us down. Now, at the start of the video, I did say you should still go out and enjoy yourself. So how do you do this, okay? Well, there's 2 different ways. There's 2 nights out. There's the UK night out where you go out and get bladdered beyond belief every night of the week. So like at least once a week. Where you have like 20, 30 beers, get in a street fight and go and have a kebab, go home, feel like shit, regret everything you did the next day and say, I'm never drinking again, only to do it again next weekend. Look, that's the least sustainable method I've ever seen. Then there's a classy method where you dress up real nice, you know, you have good company around you, you go out for a purpose. Okay, you go out for like a birthday or an event or, yeah, like this weekend, it's boiling hot, it's a bank holiday, all of us have been locked down in COVID. Yeah, it would be good, okay, but here's how you do it. You go out for food first as a group. You go out for food, maybe you have a glass of wine with your meal, maybe you have a beer, it doesn't matter, okay, you just have 1 with the meal, maybe 2 with the meal, then you go on to another venue, maybe you have 1, then you move on to like a rooftop bar, maybe you have another 1, whatever, you know, you're up to like 4 now. It's not too bad, you know, 4 beers, whatever, or 3 glasses of wine, whatnot. It's coming up to like 12 o'clock, whatever, 11, 12 o'clock, and you think, I want to make my way home now. I want to be up for the gym in the morning. I've had a great night. I don't want to overdo it. This is fantastic. I'm going to make my way home. So you've been out since like 6. You've had a meal. You've had drinks. You've had great conversation. You've walked around. You've seen the city. You've gone to one bar. You've been to like a rooftop bar. You've obviously met like a few women, whatever, had some conversations. Maybe you're taking one home. Maybe you've got a partner. You're taking her home. And then, maybe you have sex. Maybe you go to bed early. Whatever you get the next day, you're back in the gym. Like, there's no momentum loss. There's 2 different ways to do it, okay? There's childish, getting drunk beyond belief. Then there's a classy night out where you've had food, drinks, great company, great conversations. You don't regret it the next day. You've got energy to do things the next day. It doesn't ruin your day. It doesn't ruin the next 5 days. You don't diminish your life. You can get back in the gym, and within 2-3 days, you're kind of back on track. You look like you did before, and you're only doing it like once a month. Like, that's doable. That's a sustainable way of living. That's very European. But this going out and getting drunk beyond belief, it doesn't suit men. It just doesn't work well for us. You'll gain excess body fat. You'll look like shit. You'll lose your finances. You just won't be building a career. And then you've got to play that 10-year catch-up game, 5-year catch-up game in the gym. And you might miss the male advantage. But these women, they just look fantastic. They just look a little bit better. These nights out actually it's not all of them, of course. Some look terrible. But the majority can have, like I said, a few beers or a few of, the drinks that they have, like the cocktails. They can have like a kebab afterwards. They can sit in front of the TV the whole day of Sunday, watch Netflix and do nothing. Maybe even be unemployed for the Monday. It doesn't really matter. She can do that for like 5 years, get to 25 and get snatched up by a millionaire. It's plausible, but it's never going to happen for a man. Your life's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse day by day. And when these weekends come around, like right now, I'm recording this is Sunday morning, which technically in the bank holiday is like Saturday, okay? We got Monday off. We can do it again. But I look at it and I just think last night, yeah, it would have been nice to have gone out, okay? It would have been nice to have gone out and enjoyed myself. I was really tempted, but I got a few goals that I want to tick this year, especially fitness-wise. I need to lose like another 3% body fat and I'm done. So I was like, no, I'm going to crack on with my goals. Went to bed early, woke up this morning. I've got a day off the gym. I'm having a quick rest day. And I sat there and I was like, thank God I didn't go out last night. Thank God I didn't drink last night. Everybody this morning's probably got a sore head. They feel like shit. It's boiling hot. You know what it's like when you wake up hungover when it's boiling hot? It's horrible. And try and capture that feeling every time you've got a bit of FOMO on a Friday, Saturday night and everyone's going out and you feel like you're missing out. Just remember that long-term gain, guys. Just remember that there's guys like me. Every time you're out drinking, making your life worse, chasing women, going, yeah, I'm the man, I'm out, this is great, and this is what I want to be. Just remember that there's guys like me who are going to bed at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, getting up at like 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning and doing like an hour in the gym and then coming home and working on their business for 12 hours because they feel fresh. And then doing this, like waking up at 5 a.m. on Monday morning and hitting it fresh again when you feel like shit and you've got to have an extra lie-in because you're like, oh, I'll hit the gym again on Tuesday. Just remember that there's absolute savages out there that are just trying to kill it in every aspect of life. And it doesn't really matter what point you start from. You might be the best looking guy in the world right now and you're going out enjoying it. And but this is why a lot of good looking guys don't succeed. As I've said before, because they're out so much, they're always tempted to be out with women. And just remember what I said earlier in the video, where you will get to a point one day where you're trying to impress this one girl and she's, the one that you really want. And you're a few years down the line of this whole party boy lifestyle. You've been enjoying it. All the girls have been loving you. And all of a sudden the tide just changes. Just changes. You just get to a certain age where this jacked Mike Thurston looking motherfucker shows up, hasn't drank for 2 years, looks fantastic, has about $1 million in the bank, not even that, has like 400 grand in the bank, and just sweeps the girl that you want straight off her feet. And the girl that you've been trying hard to get for like 2 years, in 2 weeks, bang, gone. And she's with him. And you're feeling like shit because you're like, well, that was like my entire plan. I've been building up to this for so long, or I've been working towards this for so long, or I've been the man for so long, and now all these other guys are overtaking me. I had that at like 21 years old, 22 years old. It's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice feeling. So just remember who else is out there doing some serious fucking work, okay? If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio.